people, always saying it's your boy Music13. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And this is the post-match reaction to the Nottingham Forest Arsenal game. So the game finishes Nottingham Forest nil, Arsenal nil, and let's get right into it. Arteta went with a bit of rotation in the lineup. We saw that for the Chelsea game 3 days prior. We went very strong. It's a semi-final. It's a semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Opportunity to make the final. So I expect him to go strong in that game. As a result of that, obviously, thankfully, we won that game 3-2. But as a result of that, he went with a bit of rotation in this game. I knew it wasn't going to be wholesale because Nottingham Forest is still a tough team to play, even though they're low in the table. But going to their ground, we always find it tough there. And today wasn't any different. As you can see, we drew the game 0-0. But for the most part, he went with that lineup against Chelsea, barring the two attacking wingers. He went with Martinelli and Madueke as opposed to the starting lineup of Trossard and Saka. And yeah, I think it really affected us this game. Nottingham Forest came with a deep block. You know what they're going to do, a Sean Dyche team. This isn't a Nottingham Forest of last season that they attack you, take the game to you. They're very resolute defensively, and we're made to pay the price for that. I felt like Madueke and Martinelli are not the most creative. Yeah, they're fast, pacey wingers, but in terms of creating those opportunities, I felt like they didn't really do much. Madueke was all like foreplay, no final product, like no final action was just lacking. Martinelli as well. But we had the opportunities to win this game. I thought the team would have been wanting to take this game to Man City, to Nottingham Forest more, especially after Man City drew that game, or lost the game against United earlier on in the day. United beat Man City comprehensively 2-0. It should have been 3 or 4, and you're thinking, okay, the Arsenal boys are going to see that, going to come with the full energy, play Nottingham Forest and blow them out the park. But it's exact same story as we saw when we played Liverpool, I believe last week. We just didn't kill the game off, and we had the chance to do so. That Martinelli chance, that miss was criminal, absolute criminal, man. And yeah, when I did my player ratings, you guys are going to see why I gave him the rating it did, because that miss alone deserved a terrible rating. Like, if he scores that, we win the game 1-0. Not our best, scrappy, but we take the 3 points, extend the gap at the top to 9 points, and you already think the league is done. I still think we're still going to go ahead and win the league, because 7 points right now, and I do see Man City still dropping more points. I see all the teams dropping points. I can see us dropping more points, but I think we'll be the most consistent and finish the league off that way. But yeah, Martinelli missed that chance. Gyökeres had that opportunity from the halfway line where he ran. Should be creating separation from the defender more, maybe stepping across him so maybe he brings you down or it doesn't get the opportunity to catch you back. Got the shot off, but was deflected at the end. Really needs to be capitalizing on chances like that. And we saw in the second half, Arteta decided to, make those changes. He brought on the likes of Mikel Merino for Odegaard. He brought on Saka for Madueke, and he brought on Trossard for Martinelli. Trossard for Martinelli was actually the first one. I was happy he did that at halftime because he knew, okay, maybe I messed up in this lineup. But I don't want to see this starting front three against teams that play in a deep block, because Madueke and Martinelli are not good for those opponents. They're not going to break down the deep block. We saw it against Bournemouth. They didn't really do much. I guess Madueke had a decent game actually in that game because he created one of our opportunities to score the first goal. But in general, they're not the most creative wingers, and we saw that came back to haunt us today. So disappointing all around. The good news at least is that, we're 7 points clear, extend the gap on City from 6 points to 7 points, where a few weeks ago was only 2 points. Man City right now, obviously they're making some signings. Semenyo came in. Guehi looks like he's going to be joining them as well. But I think there's fundamentally a lot of problems at that team right now, which is why I think Arsenal will go on and win the league. Yeah, but we got to buckle up. That's now 2 draws back-to-back in the Premier League. I don't think it's going to be 3. I think in the next game against Man United, we're going to win that game. But that's a preview for another time. So all in all, we keep it moving. Martinelli had that chance, like I said. Saka, when he came on, changed the second half completely. You could see automatically, like, we started being more productive on that side. He just drives fear. A lot of fear into the defenders. They don't want to go close to him. They know he can beat them inside, outside. He's very creative. That chance he had from the header, what a header that was. And that was a great save from Matt Sells. I thought that was going in. Seeing the replays, he got some fingertips to a beautiful save from him. But Saka changed the game when he came on. And I want to see Moving on. Until this Premier League is secured, until it's mathematically impossible for us to be caught in these games, I need to see Saka and Trossard being the starting wingers. If you don't want to start Saka and Trossard, even if you want to play Martinelli or Madueke, I don't think you can play both of them. I think you have to kind of rotate it. So if you play Martinelli, you play Saka. If you play Madueke, you play Trossard or Eze on that side. That way you kind of have some balance across the front three. You have someone who's more creative at least, and then you have one pacey winger. We can't have it just change the complete dynamics because it affects us going forward. The creativity isn't really there, and you can see we struggle for that today. So all in all, we keep it pushing. And no, it's a point on the board. 50 points now after 22 games. So yeah, good first half of the season. Hopefully the second half of the season really kicks into life because January hasn't been the best for the Premier League so far. The Cup games have been really good. But the Premier League needs to kick on now. That's now 2 draws back to back. I think we only still have that 1 win in the Premier League against Bournemouth. So 3 games, only 1 win and 2 draws. Not the best, but thankfully City keeps slipping up. I know a lot of people talk about Aston Villa as well, but let's be real, I'm not really seeing them as much of a threat in this title race. We've done our part against Aston Villa. We don't have to play them again. I guess the only ones that really have to worry about them is Man City. And Man City also do play Aston Villa last game of the season, which I don't think the title is going to go all the way there. But if it does, that's 2 teams fighting against us that's going to help us. So, we keep it pushing. 50 points, like I said. And, on to the next. We play Inter Milan in the midweek. I'll drop a preview and reaction for that. Make sure you guys tune in. And yeah, it's been your boy Muzi13. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.